First of all, with cease of conversation among the audience, please. Thank you. We start our meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd rise and join me. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll start with some housekeeping announcements. If there is a reason to leave the building in an emergency, an alarm activation or such, there is an exit behind you where you came in. There is also an exit to my right, to your left, which will open up if the alarm sounds. During an emergency, the elevator is not operational, so if you need assistance, please wait for first responders. Silence all your devices and whatnot, and sit back and hopefully enjoy the meeting. I will now introduce the staff and the members who are present. To my far right is Mr. Mousy, our alternate. Ms. Robidoux, Planning Director.
Good evening.
Ms. Wilson, our Planning Clerk. Mr. Chase, who is the Town Council Liaison.
Good evening.
Mr. Wood, who is a regular member.
Evening.
Mr. Minervini, who's a regular member.
Good evening.
To my far left, sitting in the audience, is our Deputy Director of Public Works, Mr. LaRue. And we have Mr. Preventure, who is the coordinator for DerryCAM and makes all the wonderful TV stuff work. Mr. Fazioli, who is the
Engineering coordinator.
Engineering coordinator, okay. We haven't seen you in a few weeks, so I just want to make sure I get that right. Engineering coordinator from Public Works.
Good evening.
Mr. Pelletier, who's a regular member.
Good evening.
Mr. Malby, who's a secretary.
Hello.
We are missing Mr. O'Connor, Mr. Fishman, and Mr. Chericello is just arriving. So I would like to seat Mr. Mousy for Mr. Fishman. First item of business under administrative items is escrow, item number 26/16 for 6 Old Chester Road LLC.
Okay, this project is for the Liberty Apartments garage expansion located at 6 Old Chester Road. The escrow type is letter of credit. The request is to establish letter of credit number 1548 drawn on primary bank in the amount of $66,385.19 for the above noted project. The expiration date will be May 8th of 2027.
So moved.
Who would like to be the designated seconder?
Second.
Mr. Bill, so moved by Mallory, seconded by Pelletier to accept the escrow as presented. Mr. Chase.
Yes.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Mr. Minervini.
Yes.
Mr. Mousy.
Yes.
Mr. Chericello.
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier.
Yes.
Mr. Malaby.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Next item is 26-17 for Hidden Pond Derry LLC.
The project name is 98 Gulf Road Subdivision, plan of map 4, lot 40. Developer is Hidden Pond Derry LLC, David Aldrich. This is a cash escrow for 98 Gulf Road. The request is to approve a final release of cash escrow in the amount of $18,026.25 for the above noted project. The amount to retain is $0.
So moved.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to approve the release as presented. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chericello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Now on to approval of minutes. We have before us the minutes of May 6th, 2026. Has everyone had a chance to review them? Any comments, errors, or omissions?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to approve the minutes of May 6th as written. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chericello?
I will have to abstain.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Next, on to correspondence.
Mr. Chair, we've got a little homework in our correspondence tonight. We've got an email from our planning director, Ms. Robidoux, from May 20th. She reviewed the minutes of the April 1st, 2026 meeting, at which we discussed potential goals for the remainder of 2026, and there's an implementation matrix for your review and comment. We're being asked to review it by the June 3rd meeting for suggested changes to timeframes and priorities.
Okay, let's all do that, because it's sort of important to not try to do everything at once, so that's an important item to set goals. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Anything else? That's it. Okay, so we'll now move on to other business. We have a second reading on the policies and procedures. Has everyone seen it? Has anyone have any last-minute buyer's remorse on what we did last meeting? Okay, so what is the appropriate motion here?
So we need to have 2 clean readings, and so at the next meeting, we can vote to accept the changes, and they'll
Okay.
become effective the next meeting.
So let it be shown this is the first clean reading, and we'll bring it back next meeting. Okay.
Thank you.
We need to schedule a public hearing on June 17th to discuss proposed changes to the Town of Derry zoning ordinance, Article 2, word uses and definitions, Article 6, district provisions, Section 165-33, Central Business District. We did make some changes, and we approved that last meeting. Any last-minute alibis or buyer's remorse on that one? Then we can have a motion to schedule it for public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Is that fine, Ms. Wilson, that I read? Yeah, okay. Very good. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minovini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chercello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier? Yes. Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Similarly, we need to schedule a public hearing for June 17th, 2026, to discuss proposed changes to the Town of Derry Land Development Control Regulations, Article 14, Architectural Design Regulations.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier, to schedule for June 17th. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minovini?
Yes.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Would we need to read the complete sentence there that was provided by us that says to delete sections 170-84? Do we need to announce that in public?
It'll be part of the legal notice.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chercello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Planning Director and Chairman updates.
Ooh, I'm so busy preparing for the meeting, I didn't think of anything. We do have, our intern will be starting next week, so you should be able to meet Abby at the June 3rd meeting. So we're very excited to get her on board and working. Trying to think, we have a few plans coming forward in the works. Looking forward to getting, these zoning amendments moved forward and getting the goals sort of sorted out. So we've got a roadmap for the summer. That's really it.
Great. We still have an open position for an alternate, so again, I encourage anyone who thinks this might be a fun thing to come and help us apply on the website. And also note for the record that I neglected to recognize Ms. Donovan, our Economic Development Director, who's also in the audience. Okay, first public hearing is for Ashley Development LLC and Crystal Avenue Development LLC for parcel ID 30096, 18 Crystal Avenue, acceptance and review of a site plan amendment, conversion of a building to multi-tenant.
Okay. The proposal is located at 18 Crystal Avenue, the site of the former Rite Aid Pharmacy, which had a drive-through pharmacy pickup. The parcel contains a little over 2 acres. The proposal is to convert the building into 4 units, about a 2,000 square foot bank with a drive-through, 6,200 square foot cheer gym, 3,000 square foot dental office, and an empty future tenant space of about 1,100 square feet. This property is located in the Central Business District, and it's Conversion from single to multi-tenant buildings are permitted in the zone, and the uses proposed this evening are all permitted in the district. Neither Highway Safety nor Conservation Commission review was required for this application. The largest user on-site will be the cheer gym, with the most activity occurring at night and on the weekends when other uses are closed. The existing Rite Aid signs will be removed, and the applicant intends to utilize the existing pylon sign. I will note that the signage included in your rendering is just a placeholder and doesn't represent any specific potential tenant. The applicant is aware that any major changes to the pylon sign or landscaping will require further planning board review. The applicant intends to clean up the existing landscaping. New windows will be added to the building facing the parking lot to add visibility and allow for more natural light. Details requested by DPW were not fully updated on the submitted plan set, and DPW is requesting those remaining items be addressed as conditions precedent to a final planning board approval. Those are noted in your suggested motions. The majority of the change will be handled through the building permit applications, which will be reviewed by code and fire prevention. Any future tenants will need to fill out a change of use application with the planning office. Parking calculations are adequate for the proposed uses. I would note that the calc for the cheer gym needs to be refined and clarified because I think there were some typos there, so we just want to make sure it's clear on the final plan. A sewer connection permit will be required. I do want to note that the DPW condition details include review of storm water, sewer, or drainage modifications by town staff before those are implemented and put on the plan. Of additional concern, the abutter at 16 Crystal came into the office to review the plan, and while we were reviewing it, we noted the driveway for 16 Crystal's commercial lot is partially on the Rite Aid, what I'm calling the Rite Aid property. An easement should be drafted between the parties and noted on the plan to protect the current and future owners of both properties. The abutter also commented on drainage issues occurring on her property, resulting in a flooded basement that seemed to be coming from 18 Crystal. Sam Fazioli and Alex and DPW went on site and observed conditions in the wetland on the east side of the property. The outlet from the 18-inch CMP pipe at 18 Crystal is completely submerged in dirt, and the inlet for the pipe that connects this wetland and drainage from the 18-inch CMP to the drainage network on Crystal Ave is also submerged in dirt. Sam recommends that the entire area where the pipes meet should be excavated to fully expose the pipes to allow water to exit and enter the outlet and inlets. The pipes themselves should be jetted to fully clean them out, and the wetland should also be fully cleared of debris. So there are two additional conditions precedent that we're asking you to consider, and I've provided those I've provided the wording for that, and the chair and the secretary have that. And I guess I would recommend that make a determination with regard to regional impact. I don't believe we had any waivers associated with this project, and we would recommend approval.
Okay, no waivers, that's good.
Then we have,
Sounds like we can accept jurisdiction then. Who wants to make a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to accept jurisdiction of the amended site plan before the board for Ashley Drive Development, LLC, PID 30096, 18 Crystal Avenue.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to accept jurisdiction. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minovini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. And on the determination of regional impact?
Mr. Chair, pursuant to RSA 3656, the board finds the proposal as presented at this time meets the definition of a development of regional impact.
Second.
So moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier. We will start off with Mr. Chase, who always sets us right on this.
No, this is an existing retail structure that is only being redesigned for multi-tenant use and does not meet the definition of a regional impact.
Mr. Wood?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Minovini?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Mauzy?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Chiricello?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Pelletier?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Malaby?
No, for the same reasons.
Chair votes no for the same reasons. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Malaby and seconded by Pelletier to open the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is open. The applicant is invited to come forward and give us their executive summary.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Board, very pleased to be here. Chris McCarthy, my partner Simon Beelan. We purchased this building about 6-7 months ago now. We saw the potential on Crystal Ave to redevelop this, and we've been working closely with the town's office, with the town's economic development director, Bev Donovan, who's been fantastic, and trying to identify local businesses that we could home here in this building. So we think we've come up with a very attractive plan. We've got one signed lease, several LOIs right now. And as you mentioned already, this building is pre-existing. The parking lot, all of the infrastructure that we need is currently already in place. We have retained North Point Landscape to assist with the landscape cleanup, the grubbing of the wetlands, and some of those other areas along the drainage, and are looking forward to getting started with the interior building work, demising walls, and then the exterior improvements as well. So very pleased to be here tonight, and thank you for your consideration.
All right, so let's start with the board to get things rolling. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
I'll make a quick comment. Because I actually live on Rollins Street. My wife worked in that building for 25 years, so I know it well. I did see some activity over there, which I thought was great, getting rid of the weeds and some landscaping, which was good. Did I also notice that there'll be something on the back side of that building, like a separate unit?
So the unit entrance will be on the same side, the parking lot side, but they will have a second egress to the back going out kind of towards where the dumpster pad is.
Okay, that will be a separate business?
No, same business.
Okay.
So it's one of the four that will actually be the largest user. They'll be coming in, bringing in mats, et cetera. So the larger door and the access for deliveries is good for them.
Okay. And then one more quick question. The photo that I'm looking at here, the front that actually faces the Crystal Ave, are you doing any plantings or whatnot over there? That was a little bit rough when Rite Aid was there, so.
As a matter of fact, we have the same landscape architect from when this was originally designed, and some of it has just been overgrown and kind of really not maintained. So the idea is to not make wholesale changes, obviously without coming back in, but grubbing, trimming back, and kind of making some improvements along the front. We obviously want the visibility. We think it's very attractive, so we want to make sure that really pops.
Yeah.
And as was mentioned as they were reading off the plan, there will be additional windows to add sunlight along the side of Crystal Avenue.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And so landscaping those beds as well is going to go a long way to improving the visibility.
And then one last thing, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman. Okay. Like I said, I know the building very well, so I apologize, but the walkway in the front, some of that cement has been neglected over time. You know, it's crumbling and whatnot. I'm thinking you guys are going to fix that up.
Correct. Yeah, we'll be working on the flat work there to expand that. And this is actually a good illustration. Above us, you'll see on the right-hand side facing the parking lot, the proposed tenant doors. So we'll be expanding the flat work there. We will be taking away one parking spot just to improve the access coming in, making that obviously pedestrian friendly, and completely redoing the cement flat work there.
Oh, good. Very good. It's very exciting to see something going in there, so thank you.
Thank you.
If your wife's been in the building for 20 years, we'd love to know how to turn the AC off.
25 years she worked at Rite Aid. 25 years.
Maybe she can come show us how to use some of the systems.
Yeah.
So following up on one of Mr. Chiricello's comments and your answer, the windows that are being added to admit additional daylight, is that current frames full of spandrel glass that is being replaced with actual glass? No, those fake windows that are black, that you're not making real windows.
Those aren't fake windows. It's panels right now. So we'll have to cut the walls to add those windows.
And it'll be traditional storefront glazing.
Okay.
The only real one, I believe, is the first one after the door. The other three that you'll see on this plan are additions.
Okay. Do we have any comments or questions from members of the public, either in the audience or online?
I was just thinking the same thing. It'll be nice to see that retail business being used. So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so if there's no questions from the public, back to the board. Any further follow-up from any board member? Mr. Chase?
Just, you had noted to it earlier, you're aware of the discharge and inlet problems with those pipes, and you're ready to take care of that.
We are, and I spoke this afternoon with the abutter as well about some of the historical things and what's happened. So we intend to clean that out, and then also perhaps work with town, DPW, and engineering to see kind of what we could do with water retainage on our side, but then also is there other water kind of coming through and connecting through those other properties, how that can be slowed down. Because I guess during storms, it is kind of coming back down through that low-lying land there.
Okay. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right, if there's no more comment or questions, then I'll solicit a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Moved by Melby, seconded by Pelletier to close the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, our public hearing is closed. We move on to consideration of architectural design regulations.
Mr. Chair, I move to find that pursuant to LDCR 170-85, that the application as presented demonstrates substantial compliance with the architectural design regulations. This property is located in the Central Business District and meets a high level of compliance as outlined in Section 170-84.
Moved by Melby, seconded by Pelletier to find the architectural design regulations are complied with. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minovini?
Yes.
Mr. Melby?
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Mousy? The other
Yes. Yes. You said
one.
no.
Mr. Churchill?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
And Mr. Melby?
Still yes.
Yeah. Chair votes yes. Okay, findings of fact. Who would like to move on findings of fact?
Mr. Chair, the board finds the proposed plan provides safe and efficient vehicular and pedestrian access, and the design and construction of the access ways and walkways are adequate to accommodate the anticipated volume of traffic proposed by the development. The board finds the proposed parking plan is adequate for the site and meets the parking density requirements for the proposed uses. The board finds the continuation of the landscape plan from the prior use meets the intent of the regulations. The board finds the stormwater management as proposed is designed to control the post-development runoff so that it does not exceed pre-development runoff. The board finds the utility construction standards are met. The board finds exterior lighting and snow storage provisions are adequate. I move to agree with the above noted findings of fact.
So moved by Melby, seconded by Pelletier to make findings of fact. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier? This is not a good night for me. Mr. Minerbini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchill?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby? And the
Yes.
chair votes yes. Oh, it's going to be an early night for me, I think. Huh?
You can do them in any order, it's fine.
Well, that just confuses people when I change it up. All right, we now have the consideration of approval, and we, for the first time, I think, have a separate listing of conditions precedent and conditions subsequent. So who would like to make a motion on this?
And can we read these together?
Yeah, you
Can I
just
run these all through?
read the whole
Okay.
page and whatever is, yeah, whole page.
All right, and this is the one where we did remove the address staff comments, and then we did add two considerations to the conditions precedent. Mr. Chair, after review and deliberation of the site plan amendment application for PID 30096, Ashley Development LLC, the board finds the applicant has satisfied the general requirements of the land development control regulations. Therefore, the motion is to approve pursuant to RSA 676:4 Roman 1 completed application with the following conditions. For conditions precedent, subject to owner's signature. The existing pipe inlets and outlets referenced on Note 2 on Sheet 2 of the plan shall be fully cleared of all sediment, leaves, debris, and trash down to their respective inverts. The 2 pipes conveying flow to and from this area shall also be thoroughly cleared by jetting, vacuuming, or other methods as required by the town engineer. In addition, the adjacent wetland areas should be cleared of all trash, other inorganic materials, and large dead woodly debris as required by the town engineer and/or environmental coordinator. An access easement be drafted, recorded, and noted on the plan to memorialize a portion of the driveway for 16 Crystal Ave is located on 18 Crystal Avenue lot. Establish appropriate escrow as required to complete the plan. Change title of plan from change of use site plan to site plan amendment. Obtain written approval from the planning director designee that the GIS submission is received and is operable and it complies with LDCR section 170-61.c. Subject to receipt of applicable state or local permits relating to the project. Any water, sewer, or drainage modifications must be submitted to the town for approval. Clarify the parking calc for the cheer gym and update the plan accordingly. Conditions precedent shall be met within 6 months. And then for conditions subsequent, subject to on-site inspection by the town's engineer, the owner and tenants are responsible for determining billing arrangements as they pertain to water usage. The DPW will not be involved in the installation or reconfiguration of manifolds or submeters within the building, as tenant layouts and internal plumbing configurations may change frequently over time. Only one master water meter will be installed for the property. Each tenant secured as of the date of the meeting shall submit an emergency contact form to the planning department. That's the cheer gym, the dental office, and the bank. Change of use applicants shall be submitted to the planning office for any future tenants.
Motion to approve by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier. Any questions or comments on that? Any debate? Hearing none. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minivini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chiricello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Okay, great. Congratulations, guys.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Nice
much.
to see you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a public hearing for EPSI Incorporated, parcel ID 08001-002-003, 12A Street, for acceptance and review of a site plan review for a 20,500 square foot light industrial development.
Okay. The proposal is to construct a 20,500 square foot light industrial building consisting of a mix of general office, light manufacturing, and warehouse space for EPSI Inc. Engineered Pressured Systems specializes in high-pressure isostatic presses, and say that quick, custom-built pressure vessels. The building is proposed to be 2 stories with a future 5,000 square foot expansion area to the rear of the building, which will be about 58 feet tall. This is a future high bay testing area, and the height is required to accommodate a crane. The property is located in the newly designated Industrial 2 District. 47 parking spaces are proposed. The lot contains 3.49 acres, and the proposal meets the requirements in the zoning ordinance, including height. Snow storage areas are shown on the plan, and trash will be collected by an outside vendor. Given the existing conditions of municipal infrastructure and a high water table, ensuring the stormwater management system met the needs and requirements of the town was a little challenging. The applicant's engineer worked with DPW to address the concerns of the town and ensure proper separation of utilities will be achieved. Specific conditions relating to construction and water main details have been suggested by DPW. With regard to traffic, the proposal will add about 113 vehicle trips per weekday, with 14 vehicles entering during peak morning and evening hours. This will have minimal impact on Manchester Road and the surrounding road network. Truck traffic will be around 2 truck trips per day on average, which will have no impact on the existing road network. The project proposes 2 driveway entrances off A Street, and the project is not proposed to increase noise or emissions in the district or generate any type of nuisance. For waivers, we have determined that we do not need the waiver to allow a subsurface infiltration system based on the VHB review and then further review by DPW. We will retain the waiver to not provide vertical granite curb throughout the site. And then we also have an additional waiver with regard to parking calculations. We went back and we looked at those again and redefined the parking calculations. Total parking spaces required is 54 based on our review today. I worked with Mr. Malinowski on that. The applicant is providing 47 spaces. A written waiver was submitted to the planning department today and is in the file. So we would suggest that you add a waiver from LDCR section 170-63C4 to permit the 47 spaces where we would require 54. Alteration of terrain permit and Derry driveway permits are required. So the recommendation is to review the proposed site plan waiver requests and make a determination on regional impact. We feel this plan meets all the regulations. Michael Malinowski of Allen Major is here, as well as the owners of EPSI are here tonight.
Ms. Roboto, are there any of the waivers that would impact our decision on accepting jurisdiction?
No.
Okay. So let's move on to that.
Mr. Chair, I move to accept jurisdiction of the site plan application for the board for EPSI Inc., PID 08001-002-003, 12A Street.
Second.
Moved by Melby, seconded by Pelletier to accept jurisdiction. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minivini?
Yes.
Mr. Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chiricello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
All right.
Regional impact. Who would like to make that motion?
Before we go to regional impact, do we have any data on what their water consumption will be?
My understanding, and Paul can address that, my understanding is there is not going to be a lot of water usage at all. And do you want to take a moment just to explain what you do? Okay, thank you. All right. But you come on up and introduce yourself. Thank you. This is Paul LaBrasse, who owns the company.
Hi, I'm Paul LaBrasse. First, just thank you to the town of Derry for entertaining this project, and we've had such great luck with Ms. Robidoux, Ms. Wilson, Ms. Donovan. It's been a great experience so far. We're a high-pressure equipment manufacturer. We build custom high-pressure vessels for various industries: ceramics, oil and gas, defense. And isostatic pressing is just a way basically to either densify material, condense powders into a solid, testing, subsea testing. There's a multitude of things we do with the pressure vessels. So we do all the engineering. So we're really a group of engineers, and we've got a small group of assembly and test people. So basically, we engineer the equipment, we contract out the fabrication, machining, and then we actually assemble the equipment, test it, have the customer come in and review the equipment, and then we go and install it in the field. The amount of work in the shop that we do that involves like utilities, we might fill up a water tank of 500 gallons, 800 gallons once a year, maybe twice a year. But other than that, we have 17 employees, 18 employees, hopefully maybe around 20 in the next 3 years. The rest of the water usage is just standard office toilets and bathrooms.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. So we are back at regional impact.
Mr. Chair, pursuant to RSA 36:56, the board finds the proposal as presented at this time meets the definition of a development of regional impact.
Second.
Moved by Malamy, seconded by Pelletier. To make a determination, Mr. Chase.
No. This is a smaller fabrication facility that will not be drawing heavily on utilities or traffic, and therefore does not meet the determination of a regional impact.
Mr. Wood?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Minervini?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Mousy?
Excuse me, no for the same reasons.
Mr. Chiricello?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Pelletier?
No, for the same reasons.
And Mr. Malamy?
No, for the same reasons.
Chair votes no for the same reasons. Can we have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Malamy, seconded by Pelletier to open the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is open. Invite the applicant to make their introductory statements.
Excellent. Good evening, everyone. Michael Malinowski with Allen & Major Associate. Mr. Robidoux, I believe, has sort of outlined the project very well for us. We have about a 20,000 square foot building. The front portion will be 2 stories, and then the back testing area will be the 55 feet. It'll be a single clear story area. We have proposed parking along the front and some ancillary parking out back. We can probably stick on that page. We have a double loading dock that is proposed. Further in the plan, we do have truck turning movements that show that a WB57 can exit to enter on the driveway on the bottom of the page, circle around and exit out back onto A Street. We've also done that for a Town of Derry fire apparatus as well. You'll notice that we have a 5,000 square foot future addition allocated towards the rear. That would be the same 58 foot high sort of test area. There is a single overhead door into that space. And right down the middle of where that is their crane. That would allow them to bring in some heavier pieces of equipment and offload right at that level and bring it into that test area. We have handicap spots along the front at the front entrance that face A Street, and the primary employee entrance would be the entrance along the top. That is a dual directional entranceway. We do have do not enter signs just after that first driveway to limit customers and employees from not interfering with truck traffic along the rear. We do have an extensive stormwater management system that's been designed, closed drainage system along the front. Towards the rear of the property is a large open basin that will provide treatment and filtration for the water before discharge to the municipal system. There is a smaller subsurface infiltration system that is located in the top parking area that will pick up roof water, and it's roof water only. And that is to meet the requirement for an AOT permit that is currently pending review at the state right now. We worked very closely with DPW to coordinate water and sewer connections. There were some additional comments that had come back from DPW relatives to some specifics on the water. The water is a older AC pipe, so there's conditions that we need to address relative to that to make sure that the contractor understands that there's special precautions in place for that, as well as a nighttime shutdown due to the age of that line and the lack of valving along A Street. We do have a sewer connection that is being provided through a cross-country line that cuts across the Tupelo parking area that sort of crosses our property as well. So we do have access to that. The DPW has asked for some additional measures on that. They have a certified contractor to do some of that work, especially on that live line. We do have a full landscape plan that is provided, so we do have landscape trees that are going along the front. If we can advance to that page, please. I believe that's going to be at the end, sir. can see the truck turning movements there. We do have a lighting plan that has been provided, so we do show some parking lot lighting. We do make sure that there is zero trespass over the property lines for that. Site distance profiles for the new driveways, all of which meet the criteria that the town DBW has for clear site distance. Full collection of details. And then our landscape plan. So you'll notice that we do have street trees that are going in along A Street. We also have trees that are going in to shield the parking area as well as the internal islands and throughout the project, which meet the criteria of the landscaping for the town of Derry. The area will be the back area where we have our basin you can see there. We loomed and seeded with a wildflower mix to help establish that area as well. Happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I just have a quick question. I don't know, I mean, if we get into the waiver portion of the parking, I just have a quick question. Did I hear correctly that the regulations require 52, but we're waiving it and there's actually 47 parking spots? Is that true?
Yeah, we require 54, and they're proposing 47.
Okay, and that will be sufficient for that? I mean, it won't be, will we see in the future parking on A Street if there was overflow?
No,
Okay.
they're anticipated to have no more than 20 employees
Okay.
at this area, so we've got 47 spots. We do have some room if needed that we could provide along the back edge of where that 5,000 square foot is, so we could make it, but it doesn't seem prudent to construct parking, to
Yeah.
just construct parking.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Are there any members of the public, either present or online, who have comments or questions? Please come forward. Give your name and address for the record, and you can stay right there because we want you to answer the question right away rather than make a long list.
David Provencher, 26 Miltimore Road. Actually here for a completely different reason, but since I'm here, I might as well ask my questions.
Yeah.
So you have like this proposed tree line that is set back considerably from where the current tree line is. Do you know approximately how many trees would have to get cut down to push that back?
Not many. So that tree line that is shown is more, it's the vegetation line. It's not actual full maturity trees.
Okay.
The vast majority of that site has been cleared prior to the current owner taking it over. So there's not many trees left out there.
Okay, and now this isn't on the map that was available in the back there, but it is up on the screen right now. You're putting in some wildflower seeds and loam?
Correct. Yeah, so we have a stormwater basin that's going back to there.
Okay.
That'll filter the water. So the bottom of that pond actually has a mulch.
So you're putting a pond in there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be a dry pond, so it's meant to drain in between storms. It's enough capacity, so large storm events, it'll fill up to the top, and then filter, drain, and then tie into the municipal system.
All right. That was my primary concerns. I did have one other thing that came up when the other man here was presenting. He mentioned one of your customers is defense. What kinds of things are you making for the military here?
Pressure vessels, that's all they
That's
make here.
really not germane to the site plan
I was
process.
just wondering.
I'll ask the applicant not to answer that.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions from the audience or anyone online?
Mr. Chair, seeing none, rise on the left.
Okay, back to the board then. Any other thoughts come to mind? Questions, comments? No? Okay.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second. We have a motion to close on public hearing by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Public hearing is closed. So let's move on to discussion of waivers.
All right. So this is the one we're removing the top waiver and then we're adding the one about parking. Mr. Chair, I move to grant a waiver from LDCR Section 170-26.A14 to not provide vertical granite curbing throughout the project in lieu of either slip-formed concrete where VGC is required, and for use of Cape Cod-style curb along the perimeter as shown on the plans. After review of the waiver request, the board finds the strict conformity of the regulations would pose an unnecessary hardship to the applicant, and the waiver would not be contrary to the spirit and intent of the regulations. And we're going to add a waiver.
Let's actually talk about that one first. Can we get a second? So moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to grant a waiver for granite curbing. Poor Mr. Grenice, who's not here to defend himself.
I know.
He may be watching.
He may be watching or
He may
watching the
be,
replay.
yeah.
Can you give us some history on why we require granite curbing in industrial parks and why we seemingly almost always grant waivers?
To be honest, it is on the list of things that we need to take a hard look at and update. Vertical granite curb is, in subdivisions along the roadways to help with drainage and all of that. In private sites, it's a holdover from
Fred Tompkins.
prior.
Fred Tompkins and Dave Grenice?
Yeah. Well, Dave Grenice wanted it on the buildings, so, I believe it's a holdover from a prior time when we wanted to, drainage, the ways you can handle drainage have changed over time, and before it was like, let's put these curbs up to channel it this way so it goes here. In private sites, we're not maintaining it. The applicant will be maintaining the site, and it is not necessary, especially for this application.
Mr. Fazioli, does Public Works concur with this waiver?
We're fine with it, yeah. I mean, we prefer vertical granite on all our roadways. It holds up better to the plowing that goes on, the way we plow our roads, but if they are managing a private site and treating their site, then they can be responsible for their privately maintained curb or berm or however they want to treat it.
Okay, very good. I guess since we've moved this one separately, let's vote on it separately. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. And we have other waiver requests?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, we move to grant a waiver from LDCR Section 170-63.C4 to permit 47 parking spaces where the regulation requires 54. After review of the waiver request, the board finds that specific circumstances relative to the plan or conditions of the land in such plan indicate the waiver will properly carry out the spirit and intent of the regulations.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to grant a waiver as read. Any discussion?
One.
Mr.
So
Chase?
just to have it clear and on the record, excuse me, you're not going to have any walk-in retail, anything like that. The only, other than employees that's coming on the site is customer when they come to check their product and accept it. And
Correct. It's not a retail
so you're not
operation,
going to
so there
have
is...
people coming
No.
in just at random. It's going to be pretty much set.
Yeah, correct.
So you feel
It'll be
like...
most likely by appointment only.
And there's only about 20 employees?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right. Any other comments, questions? If not, on the motion, Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. On the matter of architectural design,
Mr. Chair, I move to find that pursuant to LDCR 170-85, that the application as presented demonstrates substantial compliance with the architectural design regulations. This property is located in the Industrial 2 zoning district and meets a medium-high level of compliance as outlined in Section 170-84.3.
moved by Melody, seconded by Pelletier to make findings that the architectural design regulations have been met. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Findings of fact.
Mr. Chair, the board finds the proposed plan provides safe and efficient vehicular and pedestrian access, and the design and construction of the access ways and walkways are adequate to accommodate the anticipated volume of traffic proposed by the development.
Second.
Sorry.
That's my fault.
Sorry. The board finds the proposed parking plan is adequate for the site and meets the parking density requirements for the use. The board finds the landscape plan meets the intent of the regulations. The board finds the stormwater management as proposed is designed to control the post-development runoff so that it does not exceed pre-development runoff. The board finds the utility construction standards are met. The board finds exterior lighting, snow storage provisions, and erosion and sediment control provisions are adequate. The board finds the proposal for storage of solid waste and disposal of waste conforms with any and all applicable local, state, and federal regulations, and the applicant has provided reasonable safeguards ensuring such waste will not become an undue threat to the environment nor create an undue nuisance. I move to agree with the above noted findings of fact.
Second.
Moved by Melanie, seconded by Pelletier to make findings of fact. Any discussion on that? If not, Mr. Chase.
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minoviti?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. And on the approval?
Mr. Chair, after review and deliberation of the site plan application for PID 08001-002-003 EPSI Inc., the board finds the applicant has satisfied the general requirements of the Land Development Control Regulations, or in cases where the regulation cannot be met, has satisfied the waiver requirements. Therefore, the motion is to approve pursuant to RSA 676:4 Roman 1 completed application with the following conditions. Conditions precedent. Comply with the VHB review letters, subject to owner's signature. Update the plan set to specify the insertee detail, which was provided via email on 5/5/2026 on the plans and in the details section. The T must be installed at an angle no greater than 45 degrees to the existing 15-inch PVC SDR35 sewer main. The entire 6-inch PVC SDR35 sewer service shall be realigned for a straighter line to the building, and note that the town inspector shall determine the final location of cleanouts. Add a note to the plan specifying that, quote, UTS shall be the sole contractor authorized by the town of Derry to install the inserted T. Contract number provided via email on May 5th, 2026. Note on infiltration system 01, details that backfill material below and throughout shall be 3/4 inch double wash stone. The iron rod, which is the property corner, which should be on the northeast corner near the Tupelo sign, was not found on site. This boundary marker must be reset. Add a note to the plan specifying that cutting in a new water main into the existing water main will affect several businesses along A Street and require a nighttime shutdown. Establish appropriate escrow as required to complete the project. Note approved waivers on the plan. Obtain written approval from the planning director designee that the GIS submission is received and is operable and it complies with LDCR section 170-61.c. Subject to receipt of applicable state or local permits relating to the project, i.e. AOT, building department, fire department, water, wastewater, driveway, etc. Conditions precedent shall be met within 6 months. And then the loan condition subsequent, subject to on-site inspection by the town's engineer.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to grant conditional approval. Any questions or discussion from the board? If not, Mr. Chase.
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minoviti?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Thank you. And
Thank you, everyone.
welcome. Welcome to Derry. Next item on the agenda. Let's see if I got this. Is Dennis Lincoln Jr. and Karen Lincoln, parcel ID 0212610 Craven Terrace, and Richard and Marie Louise Brownell Family Trust, PID 0212712 Craven Terrace, for a lot line adjustment.
Okay, thank you. The purpose of the plan is to create an equal land swap of .149 acres between 10 and 12 Craven Terrace. The lots are located in the medium-density residential district, which requires a minimum lot area of 1 acre and 125 feet of frontage. A variance was granted on December 18th of 2025 to permit 10 Craven Terrace to decrease the frontage to 100 feet as a result of the proposed lot line adjustment that was case 25-146. The two lots will change as follows. 10 Craven Terrace will decrease frontage to 100 feet. The land area will remain the same after the change. 12 Craven Terrace will increase frontage to 154.36 feet, with the land area remaining the same after the change. The driveway providing access to 10 Craven Terrace will now be fully on the lot's own frontage. Both lots are on private well and septic. The proposed lot line is not fully perpendicular to the roadway, so a waiver will be required. And the recommendation would be to review the proposed lot line adjustment and waiver. Regional impact does not apply to lot line adjustments.
Okay, I think I understand.
And once you open the public hearing, Brandon Wing from Promised Land Survey is here to help present.
So we're going to do jurisdiction first? Yeah, let's go with that.
Mr. Chair, I move to accept jurisdiction of a lot line adjustment plan before the board for Dennis and Karen Lincoln, PID 02126, 10 Craven Terrace, and Richard and Marie Louis Brownwell Family Trust, PID 02127, 12 Craven Terrace.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to open the public hearing. Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is open.
Oops, that was jurisdiction. That was jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction, I'm sorry.
Motion to open the public hearing?
Yeah. Motion by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to open the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, public hearing is now open.
Good evening. My name is Brandon Wing from Promised Land Survey. Mr. Robidoux did an awesome job introducing the project. I really don't have a ton to add. I will just reiterate that the purpose of the lot line adjustment is to sort of clean up an existing area where the driveway encroaches across the property line. I believe this property, the dwelling was constructed in 1967, really close to the property line, and the driveway was constructed over the property line. So our purpose was to kind of clean that up a little bit. It's fairly simple. I believe the equal land area swap, the lots will remain the same area that they currently are. And that's as much as I have.
All right, any comments or questions from the board?
I mean, it's kind of straightforward, right? And the side setback gives you plenty, 15 feet, right? This just makes sense to me because down the road, you know, you don't want a boundary line right down a driveway, so it kind of cleans it right up.
Anyone else? Any members of the public have comments or questions on this, either in the audience or online?
Chair, seeing none, rise online.
Anyone in the audience have anything to say? No? Okay, back to the board.
I have one question. Why could that front line not be perpendicular to the road?
Just to try to maintain as close to the required frontage as we could.
Which section of the boundary are you talking about? The one, the short one?
Yes, where it comes
adjacent?
right off the road.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Also trying to kind of maintain that structure.
Well, it looks like there's also
Up
a
by
shed
the
and a
road.
fence there.
Yeah, the fence, I think he's asking, so that first course is 29.16 feet. I think he's asking why we didn't go from that first angle point perpendicular into Craven.
Because it would have hit the fence and the shed?
No, we would have cleared it by a greater distance. It's just a matter of trying to maintain 100 feet on the Lincoln's property, which is 10 Craven Terrace. And additionally, I don't think they were interested in reducing their frontage more than they had to. So it seemed easier to request a waiver for the perpendicular.
But, yeah, I'm just looking at where it puts in a dogleg. It says the shed and fence have to be moved anyway.
Oh.
Why couldn't that have come straight back? You would have maintained the same frontage as what you have now, but you would have had a perpendicular line and you wouldn't have needed the waiver. You understand what I'm saying?
Not entirely. Are you asking the first course, which is 29.16 feet?
Yes. If that came off perpendicular.
Yep.
From the street, came straight back.
Yep.
You made your intersect point further back. So that came straight, because the shed's gonna, to me, it doesn't matter. If that came straight back, if the shed's still encroaching, sheds can be moved. Fences can be moved. Actually,
Right.
as far as I'm concerned, the driveway could have been moved. But you could have brought that back, then you wouldn't have had that dogleg there. The intersect point would have been further back, and you would have had a perpendicular line to the street, not requiring a waiver.
Understood. I think, as a survey firm, we don't propose encroachments, so it's a matter of either making them remove it or trying to accommodate it with a lot line adjustment.
Well, I understand that, but it says right there in the notations, it says shed and fence to be moved. So if they're going to be moved anyway, why do you have to have that like that?
Yeah.
Is part of it to keep the land area?
It's always
same?
tricky to do an equal land swap, an area swap. And we always consider countless options in trying to make this work with, both parties, what they're happy with, what they're willing to give up and receive. So that always has a lot to do with it. I don't know why it's not more perpendicular, other than it's just kind of how it worked out for the area.
Well, I tend to agree with Mr. Chase that, you got CAD tools. I mean, you could have figured out a way to make the equal area with slightly different inflection points along that already multiple point boundary. You take so the first one, you take the second one, and then you push that back a little bit. I mean, you can adjust that. So the question is it reasonable to request the waiver if you could have achieved the equal area and not require the waiver? I mean, waivers technically required some hardship, and the hardship has to be something more than, we didn't want to do it.
Oh, and, no, it's not that we didn't want to do it. It's just very tricky to make it work with as few angle points in a line as possible. Instead of, a bunch of them, we try to minimize it. And already it doesn't create a super odd shaped lot, but it's also a little bit odd shaped.
Anyone else want to weigh in on this one? No? I will also say that it also doesn't follow our recommendations that all lots be rectangular, so there's that. All right. Are we done on that question?
Yeah.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion, public hearing is closed. So now we can actually formally discuss that point under the waivers.
Mr. Chair, I move to grant a waiver from LDCR Section 170-25-2 to allow a lot line that is not a substantial right angle to the street. After review of the waiver request, the board finds that specific circumstances relative to the plan or conditions of the land in such plan indicate that the waiver will properly carry out the spirit and intent of the regulations.
Second.
It has been moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier, to grant the waiver as requested. Any formal debate now that we're actually in the motion? No?
At the risk of asking a foolish question, shed and fence to be moved, what's the timeline, I suppose, to move this?
I'm unaware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's actually part of our jurisdiction. I mean, right now, they have a driveway that's encroaching, and if after the adjustment, they just have a shed that's encroaching, it's like, maybe that's an improvement, I don't know.
I'm more concerned with the driveway than the shed, I mean, but especially if you have resale value, you know.
I mean, I'm inclined to support Mr. Chase on this, because I think this is not a hardship sufficient to require granting of a waiver, because there's an easy way to accomplish it without any other major downsides that I see, so. Any other comments? Well, we'll take a vote. Mr. Chase?
No. I find that there is evidence that that line could be made perpendicular and still have an equal land swap without the need for the waiver.
Mr. Wood?
No, for the same reasons as Mr. Chase.
Mr. Minervini?
I'm going to vote yes. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Mousy?
I'm going to vote yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes, it definitely improves both lots.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
And the chair will also vote no. I agree with Mr. Chase. It does not present a hardship that cannot be easily overcome. So what is our tally?
5 to 3 in favor. 5 to 3 in favor.
Okay, so the waiver has been granted. Findings of fact.
Mr. Chair, I move to find the proposed plan does not alter existing conditions which would affect access to the lots, ensuring the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood remains unchanged as a result of the adjustment of the lot line.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to make findings of fact. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. On the approval.
Mr. Chair, after review and deliberation of the lot line adjustment application for the Dennis and Karen Lincoln PID 02126 10 Craven Terrace and Richard and Marie Louis Brownwell Family Trust PID 02127 12 Craven Terrace, the board finds the applicants have satisfied the general requirements of the land development control regulations, or in cases where the regulation cannot be met, has satisfied the waiver requirements. Therefore, the motion is to approve pursuant to RSA 676:4 Roman 3 expedited review with the following conditions. Conditions precedent. Subject to owner's signatures. Establish escrow for the setting of bounds or certify the bounds have been set. Note approved waivers on the plan. Obtain written approval from the planning director designee that the GIS submission is received and is operable and it complies with LDCR section 170-24.c. Submission of the appropriate recording fees payable to the Rockingham County Registry of Deeds. This includes a $25 L-chip fee, recording fees for the Mylar, and the notice of decision. Conditions precedent shall be met within 6 months. And conditions subsequent, subject to on-site inspection by the town's engineer. The documents reflecting conveyance of the lots by deed should be recorded at the Rockingham County Registry of Deeds subsequent to or in conjunction with the final Mylar, and a copy of the recorded deed shall be provided to the planning department for the file.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to grant approval. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Great, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Might as well stay there, Brandon.
Okay, next item on the agenda is Catherine M. DeSimone. did I get that right? Revocable Trust, parcel ID 0214112 Miltimore Road, and Joanne Clark Irrevocable Trust, Property Trust, PID 03106 28 Miltimore Road, another lot line adjustment.
Okay, so the purpose of the plan is to grant 28 Miltimore Road an additional acre of land. The lots are located in the medium-density residential district, which requires a minimum lot acre of 1 acre and 125 feet of frontage. The two lots will change as follows. 12 Miltimore will decrease by 1 acre, resulting in a lot with 3.119 acres of land. 28 Miltimore will gain 1 acre, resulting in a lot consisting of 4.644 acres of land. Both lots are on private well and septic. This is a fairly standard request and does not result in any nonconformities for either of the lots. So the recommendation is to review the proposed lot line adjustment. Regional impact does not apply to lot line adjustments, as a reminder. And I will note that this one, it was a little confusing. When you look at this plan, Brandon can explain it better, but you notice near the cul-de-sac, on the left-hand side of the cul-de-sac, there's a line of trees. That rectangular piece is actually part of map 3, lot 106. So that is part of their lot area. The adjustment is taking place behind map 2, lot 143. So part of a line is going away and it's just being moved over to the left.
So, Madam Director, I don't want to presume that I can speak with any authority like the Register of Deeds, but I'm wondering if it might be wiser on the plat to have the lot line to be removed in some sort of dashed indication rather than a solid line. I mean, there is text, but then you've got two solid lines. I think it might be less confusing if the lot line to be removed were dashed. As that seemed like a reasonable suggestion.
That would be a great suggestion. We can add that as a condition.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So with that, I think I understand what we're doing.
Mr. Chair, I move to accept jurisdiction of lot line adjustment plan before the board for Catherine M. DeSimone Revocable Trust, PID 02142 12 Miltimore Road, and Joanne Clark Irrevocable Property Trust, PID 03106 28 Miltimore Road.
Second.
Excuse me. Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to accept jurisdiction. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minavini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchello?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Mr. Chair, I make motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to open the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is open. Please give us your rundown on this one.
Yep, again, Ms. Robidoux did a really good job. I do agree with you that a phantom line or a dashed line would work much better and clean that lot line to be removed up quite a bit. A little bit of background, it's my understanding that the Clarks who live on the cul-de-sac that's gaining the acre of land, they had a really good relationship with a lady who lived at number 12. I understand she passed in recent time, and was a kind of an understanding. They've been, the Clarks have been maintaining that lawn for like 40 years. The area that will be transferred is essentially inaccessible. There's a really big wetland between 12 and 28. And the son of the lady who passed is, as far as I know, they have a really good relationship, and he carried through with the plan of going through with the lot line adjustment. I went out and delineated wetlands. There's a significant amount of wetland, which isn't necessarily relevant to the lot line adjustment, but it's of note. And that's all I've got by way of introduction. So I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
Questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, are there any questions or comments from anyone in the audience or online?
Mr. Chair, we're seeing none rise online.
Ah, we have someone with a hand raised.
Come on up.
Please come forward and give your name and address for the record.
My name's Nicole Barrett.
So we gotta wait till you get on the mic so that you're on the tape, and the television audience at home can hear you.
What?
There's a TV audience at home. They need to hear you through the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
My name's Nicole Barrett. I'm at 32 Miltimore. And I will just straight off admit that I don't know too much about these. I guess my only question, and I didn't have a chance to talk to my neighbor, is there any change in like land use or anything with that gaining an acre?
None proposed.
It's in the same district, it's the same use.
So there's nothing. Okay. That was my only question.
They're just going to keep mowing it like they've been doing, as far as I know. Yeah.
Okay.
They had horses there years ago, but it hasn't been, they haven't had animals over there for many years.
Okay. That was it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else has comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, back to the board. Comments or questions?
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
I move to close the public hearing by Mallaby, seconded by Pelletier. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. The findings of fact.
Mr. Chair, I move to find the proposed plan does not alter existing conditions which would affect access to the lots, ensuring the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood remains unchanged as a result of the adjustment of the lot line.
Second.
Moved and seconded, moved by Mallaby, seconded by Pelletier to make findings of fact. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minovini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Mallaby?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. On the approval.
Mr. Chair, after review and deliberation of the lot line adjustment application for Catherine M. DeSimone Revocable Trust, PID 02141, 12 Miltimore Road, and Joanne Clark Irrevocable Property Trust, PID 03106, 28 Miltimore Road, the board finds the applicants have satisfied the general requirements of the Land Development Control Regulations. Therefore, the motion is to approve pursuant to RSA 676:4 Roman 3 expedited review with the following conditions. Conditions precedent. Subject to owner's signatures. Establish escrow for the setting of bounds or certify the bounds have been set. Obtain written approval from the planning director designee that the GIS submission is received and is operable and it complies with LDCR section 170-24.c. Submission of the appropriate recording fees payable to the Rockingham County Registry of Deeds. This includes the $25 L-chip fee, recording fees for the Mylar, and the notice of decision. Correct the zoning reference on the plan. The lots are located in the MDR district, not LMDR. Conditions precedent shall be met within 6 months, and the lot line to be removed is to be dashed on the plat. And then conditions subsequent. Subject to on-site inspection by the town's engineer, and the documents reflecting conveyance of the lots by deed should be recorded at the Rockingham County Registry of Deeds, subsequent to or in conjunction with the final Mylar, and a copy of the recorded deed shall be provided to the planning department for the file.
Second.
Moved by Mallaby and seconded by Pelletier to grant approval. Any questions? Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minovini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Mallaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Okay, great, thank you. And I think we have, what, one more? This one is the Murdoch Family Revocable Trust, PID 06059, 62 Lane Road, for a two-lot subdivision.
Okay. So the proposal is for a two-lot subdivision of 62 Lane Road. The property is located in the low-medium density residential district, which requires a minimum lot area of 3 acres and 150 feet of frontage. The proposed frontage exceeds the requirement. A variance was granted on February 5th of this year from the provisions of Section 16547B1 to allow the creation of 2 lots with less than the 2-acre minimum. The proposed lots are 1.85 acres and 1.6 acres. The lots will have private wells and septic systems. There are wetlands to the rear, which is actually West Running Brook. However, there is a stone wall and a tree line to the rear, which will limit any potential vehicular access to the rear of the property. The proposed lots will be identified as parcel 06059, which is the parent parcel, 62 Lane Road, and parcel 06059-001, 60 Lane Road, as identified by the fire department. The trees near the proposed driveway will need to be removed for sight distance purposes, and the temporary culvert in front of the proposed lot will be reconstructed to town standards. Of note, Note 6 states the owner can choose to install residential sprinklers. The form of fire protection needs to be specified. The town can't, per state law, require residential fire sprinklers in single-family residential. However, we can require fire protection in the form of a cistern or a hydrant. This lot is not in the hydrant district, so the choices are limited to the construction of a fire cistern or voluntary installation of residential sprinklers. If the owner chooses not to install sprinklers, the plan needs to be updated to show the cistern area and construction details, or Note 6 could be amended to state the applicant voluntarily chooses to equip the homes with residential sprinklers. There is one waiver to allow an existing drill hole to remain as a boundary monument instead of installing a granite bound. We'll need state subdivision approval, town driveway and building permits, and state septic. The recommendation is to review the proposed plan, vote on regional impact, and review the waiver request. This is also a fairly straightforward application.
Okay. I think I've got this one. So let's move on with jurisdiction.
Mr. Chair, I move to accept jurisdiction of the 2-lot subdivision plan before the board for the Murdoch Family Revocable Trust, PID 06059, 62 Lane Road.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to accept jurisdiction. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Churchiello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. And on regional impact?
Mr. Chair, pursuant to RSA 36:56, the board finds the proposal as presented at this time meets the definition of a development of regional impact.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier. Mr. Chase?
No, this is a small 2-lot subdivision geographically near the center of the town, so it does not meet the definition of regional impact.
Mr. Wood?
No, for the reasons stated.
Mr. Minervini?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Mousy?
No, for the same reasons.
Mr. Churchiello?
No, for the same reasons.
Pelletier?
No, for the same reason.
Mr. Malaby?
No for the same reasons.
Chair votes no for the same reasons.
I make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to open the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is open, so you may give us your rundown again.
Thank you. As Ms. Robidoux said, we were granted a variance for area. It meets and exceeds the minimum requirement by soils, just not by physical land area. We are requesting a waiver for the front left westerly property corner. There's a drill hole, which is a legal survey monument that it exists right there. And the regulations require a bound. The reason we are requesting the waiver is because of legal rules of removing boundary. We need select board permission and all the affected abutters permission to do so, because it's a existing monument set by a previous surveyor. You'll notice on the new lot, which is the lot to the west, that there's a proposed 4K area, 4,000 square foot suitable leaching area for a septic. That's a requirement by the state or for state subdivision approval, which we have received, or approved septic. So getting a septic design approved is kind of putting the cart before the horse in this instance, so it's easier to show a 4,000 square foot area. But we are, instead of having the septic in the back closer to the wetland and uphill, which was, we inherited this job from another surveyor. We went to the site and performed our own traverse closure, field checks, all of that. But it doesn't make any sense to put the septic in the back. So the buyer wants the septic in the front. So that's a change from what will occur from what we show on this plan. I kept it like that because we didn't do the original design work. So what will take place later is the well will go to the rear of the house. The septic will be in the front, which makes more sense topographically. The driveway is really close to 150 feet. The buyer wants to shorten that, but if the driveway is 150 feet or longer, we will propose a turnaround for fire apparatus. I spoke with the buyer today. He does want to voluntarily opt for sprinklers, so that has been addressed. The monuments have been set, the boundary points have been set. And I can't read my other note. So I think that's it for now.
All right, I have a few technical questions. I'm going to start with the drill hole. Is that in a really big rock?
It's in a significant enough rock that another surveyor drilled it. They're normally in base rocks, like bigger rocks on the bottom of a stone wall. So they're not easily, you have to move it on purpose or that it's not really movable. But it's a legal survey monument, so we really hesitate to remove those.
So even though it's a quasi-movable rock?
Well, I don't know. I didn't walk to it. But if it's movable, you're not supposed to drill it.
Understood, but...
So I can check that, but I don't, I'm guessing that it's not, that it's a significant enough monument that it's not going to move.
Well, maybe we could ask as a condition that you actually do check that, and if you find it was like, that's sketchy, then think about remediating it, because we don't want to create problems for landowners down the way if someone moves a stone that was a monument without knowing it, maybe.
It's a misdemeanor to remove a boundary point, though,
But you have to know you're doing it.
That we have to do it with appropriate permission.
No, yes. I mean, if you happen to just move the rock and you don't know it's a boundary and you're not a surveyor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
That's kind of where I'm going. And then the other question was, will there be some sort of as-built? The reason I ask is I went to the town and pulled the file on my lot, and the information on the well and whatnot was kind of sketchy, and I would appreciate, I guess if I was the landowner, that the actual well location and the actual septic location were on a document.
Yes, when I do the septic design, it'll be constructed per a septic design, which is forthcoming.
And it will be given to the planning department?
It'll be the building department, and on record at the state, the NHDES Subsurface Bureau.
Okay. I think that's it for now. Any other members of the board have questions? Mr. Chase.
Yeah, so I'm a little troubled with the dynamics of the well and septic and everything. Usually that's pretty well established on a plat before we accept it. I mean, depending on where that well is going to, we have no idea where the well is going to wind up, whether it meets I'm sure you're professionals and ethical, but we know nothing of the well radii. We know nothing of the septic in proximity to the one next door, because he wants it in the front with the wetlands.
It will meet all the state and local requirements.
Sure it was, but what I'm getting at is we're used to seeing that in front of us. that we can question
Okay.
anything. And now we're seeing basically nothing in front of us. You're telling us he wants this changed, he wants that changed, he wants this changed, and we really don't know what we're voting on here.
The proposed well, the well radius will be entirely on that lot, on the new lot, and the septic, see where the word proposed map, the words proposed map 6 lot 59-1 are in front of the house. The septic will be going there. See the symbol, the test pit symbol, just to the top right of that?
Yeah,
where
right above the
proposed.
D.
I did another test pit there. That's where the septic will be going.
Okay.
And the well radius is 75 feet because it's it's below a certain gallons per day for this for a septic by state rule. So 75-foot well radius will be in the rear of the lot, which none of the septic components will be within that 75-foot radius, and the well radius will be maintained entirely on the subject lot. Or the well radius can cross the property if it's precluded from development, which means you can't build a septic there anyway. A well radius can cross a lot line if there's a wetland on the other side, because the neighbor can't put a septic there anyway. So that's it.
I understand that. I'm just used to seeing firm
Well, I suppose it
designations.
begs the question, if everyone had agreed that's how things want to be shuffled, why wasn't that revised on the drawing before it was submitted to us?
Again, we came into this project later than we wanted to, and later than I knew who was going to buy the property, so that would have worked. But after speaking with the person who's going to purchase property, they wanted to switch it, but it had already been submitted.
It is a little unusual, I agree with Mr. Chase. Do we have an easy way to fix the documentation after the fact that will meet everyone's concerns?
I guess I'm going to ask Mr. Fazioli, what's engineering's thought on that, us approving it without a solid...
So usually we do have approximate layouts of the well and septic locations, but the final septic location actually isn't set until it goes to the state. What he was kind of describing before, when they get the actual DES permit. So what we've approved in the past, what we've all approved, hasn't actually been the final thing that was constructed in the field. That actually kind of gets ironed out kind of as things progress and as the houses, because these, we've discussed it before at previous meetings, the houses, these are kind of rough alignments themselves, and as those change, the location of the septic kind of gets fine-tuned. It's not exactly precise at this point.
So my question to you would be I understand fine tuning and adjustments.
Yeah.
In the field as things go. This is a little more than a fine tuning adjustment.
Agreed.
What comfortable are you with that being approved, or would you rather see an approved with it?
I'm comfortable with this because it's only one lot, and because what he's saying isn't egregious. What he's saying makes sense. The septic can fit in that location. The well can fit to, is it north? Yeah, north of the property. It makes sense. It will work. I'm not concerned about it.
Okay.
So for this one instance, I'm okay with it. So I'm satisfied.
Okay.
But I do understand your concern, and it's valid. If there were more issues, and I would be more hesitant, but for just this one property, I'm not super concerned about it.
Any other comments or questions from the board? Does anyone in the public, either in the audience or online, have comments or questions? Please come forward. Give your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Scott Martinelli, 58 Lane Road, the adjacent abutter to the west of this lot line. I came when the Murdochs were proposing the subdivision of the lot. I actually made mention, the well was in the front, the septic was in the back, which is the opposite of what my property is. I have my septic in the front and well in the back, and I thought at that time it was most appropriate to make the change if it could be accommodated. Just to put everybody's mind at ease. The one thing that I do notice, the bound separating my lot and this new proposed lot, it's a loose laid farmer wall. The stones, I want to say it's compromised. It's not well laid out. I have never seen the hole drilled in the rock up against Lane Road. I don't believe it's currently marked today, although the lot has been laid out. And I'd be happily looking for a granite bound there just to identify it. I think when the swale was originally created to allow the 3-lot subdivision to the west of this, it was probably lost in reestablishing the swale at the edge of the road. That's the only comment that I would have.
Comments on that?
No, thank you. I think that's good comments.
I mean, there are...
No problem.
During your field re-survey, you didn't actually go and look for the drill hole?
We tied into the drill
So you
hole.
found it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. But they're oftentimes not easy to find, and we don't normally paint them up like crazy because people don't want to see big splash of orange paint in their front yard.
That is the only bound that's not a steel post. So I don't know, I'm assuming it was there at one time, but with the...
Well, no, the gentleman's correct. Historically, there are multiple things that would count for legal bounds. Drill holes in rocks, blazes on trees. So all sorts of interesting things in the colonial days. So this area of town goes back and has a history. So if there is a viable bound, and if it has been found, and it's in a rock that's not going to move anytime soon, then I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If it's already been compromised, then maybe we've already broken that seal. So
yeah,
I think we ought to determine that as a condition of approval. Just go out and double check that. You did actually determine that the location of the drill hole matched the GPS coordinates that were supposed to be?
Yes.
Okay, so we know that much. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other comments, questions from members of the board or members of the public?
Chair, seeing none, rise on mine.
Okay, seeing none in the audience, go back to the board.
I'm with Mr. Chase on this one. I wish there was, I dare say, use the word concrete, but more the proposed 4,000 foot now is going into the front. I guess I just wish we had seen that before, this proposal stuff. I'm with you on this one, Mr. Chase.
Ms. Robidoux?
As a suggestion, if the final plan, like these plans will come back and the Mylar will come back for the board to sign before it goes to the registry, would it be appropriate to have that change made, have it as a condition of approval that the final plat matches what will likely be constructed, since we're having this discussion this evening?
Well, let's toss that around. And typically, one of those conditional approvals for redrawing something is when the instructions to redraw it are very specific. It usually does not require or allow any discretion in how it gets drawn. So the planning board has to exercise a little caution when they say, we'll approve this, and then we'll sign a plan that's different, and we trust that it's not different in a way that we won't like.
Or add it as a condition to revise the final plan to show the new location of the proposed septic and well.
And if we can indicate that in some, not too many words, as part of that condition, that would make that less discretionary?
I would ask that you would do that. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm more than happy to show that on the final plan. And that can be a condition.
We could say something like, on the final plan, the proposed septic will move to the area currently occupied by the text that labels the property, proposed map lot 6, whatever. And then the well will move to behind the house with an appropriate 75-foot protective radius. I think that might be specific enough to cover us if we wanted to have it just changed on the final Mylar. Does anyone have any thoughts on that, Mr. Chase?
No, that would be fine, especially with, town engineering department has no issues with the changes, and hearing testimony from the neighbor where his is actually in that configuration that would be more harmonious with the neighbors, and I think that would be much better, but it needs to be laid out on the plan.
I agree. I think that would be a good idea.
All right, so let's make that a condition of approval to allow the well and septic swap, only describe roughly on the plat where those things are going to land.
Okay.
For the final Mylar.
Your language was very good, so we will utilize your language
Okay.
if it's made
Don't
as
ask
a
me to repeat it,
motion.
'cause I probably can't.
I got bad news.
We'll review.
Well, it's on tape, so.
That's what I just said to Caroline with the tape.
Yeah.
And I think that might, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, I think that also might be good for us to see that too, because who knows, that septic thing could disturb your proposed driveway as well.
I've got
Potentially.
it mostly designed, if not all the way designed. It works. It's beautiful.
Okay.
So one of the things about septics is the planning board doesn't have an awful lot to say about them. The NHDS is really the god of septics. So whatever they come back with, we live with, right?
They've gotten very strict lately, too. There was a big rewrite that took place in February. So,
Yeah, so, I mean, we can look at it again, but if we don't like it, we probably can't do anything about it.
you'll like it.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. One more last chance for the public? No? Okay, let's close the hearing.
A motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Moved by Melody and seconded by Pelletier to close the public hearing. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Public hearing is closed. On the matter of waivers.
Mr. Chair, I move to grant a waiver from LDCR Section 170-25.g to allow the existing boundary monument, specifically a drill hole at the T intersection of the stone wall, to remain as a right-of-way monument. After review of the waiver request, the board finds the specific circumstances relative to the plan or conditions of the land in such plan indicate that the waiver will properly carry out the spirit and intent of the regulations.
Second.
Moved by Malby, seconded by Pelletier to grant a waiver regarding the boundary. We have talked about this a lot. Is everyone happy with the fact that we think this drill hole is legal and probably in a big enough rock that it's not going to move, that we don't need to worry further, and that we could, without bad conscience, grant this waiver? Because I don't, if we're going to grant the waiver, I don't see any purpose in attaching any subsequent conditions. Yep. Okay, Mr. Chase.
Yes.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Mr. Minervini.
Yes.
Mr. Mousy.
Yes.
Mr. Churchello.
Yes.
Pelletier. Yes. Mr. Malaby.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Findings of fact.
Mr. Chair, the board finds the proposed plan provides safe and efficient vehicular access, and the design and construction of the roadway is adequate to accommodate the anticipated volume of traffic proposed by the development. The board finds the stormwater management as proposed is designed to control the post-development runoff so that it does not exceed pre-development runoff. I move to agree with the above noted findings of fact.
Second.
Moved by Malaby and seconded by Pelletier to make findings of fact. Mr. Chase.
Yes.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Mr. Minervini.
Yes.
Mr. Mousy.
Yes.
Mr. Churchello.
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier.
Yes.
Mr. Malaby.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. And on the approval.
All right, I'm going to be fishing for some help on one of these conditions. After review and deliberation of the two-lot subdivision plan application for PID 06059, the Murdoch Family Revocable Trust, the board finds the applicant has satisfied the general requirements of the land development control regulations, or in cases where the regulation cannot be met, has satisfied the waiver requirements. Therefore, the motion is to approve pursuant to RSA 676:4 Roman 1, completed application with the following conditions. The conditions precedent, subject to owner's signature, establish escrow for the setting of bounds or certify the bounds have been set, establish appropriate escrow as required to complete the project, note approved waivers on the plan, or waiver on the plan, obtain written approval from the planning director designee that the GIS submission is received and is operable and it complies with LDCR section 170-24.c, subject to receipt of applicable state or local permits relating to the project, update note 6 to clarify the intended form of fire protection, submission of the appropriate recording fees payable to the Rockingham County Registry of Deeds. This includes the $25 L-chip fee, recording fees for the Mylar, and the notice of decision. Conditions precedent shall be met within 6 months. The well location will move behind the home with the appropriate 75-foot radius, and the proposed septic will move to which text?
The front of the house, in the location of the proposed map 6, lot 59-1, new area 69,707 square feet, 1.60 acres, as it exists on the current plat.
Perfect. Thank you. And then condition subsequent, subject to on-site inspection by the town's engineer.
Second.
Moved by Malby, seconded by Pelletier to grant approval. Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Minervini?
Yes.
Mr. Mousy?
Yes.
Mr. Chercello?
Yes.
Mr. Pelletier?
Yes.
Mr. Malaby?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you being honest about that, too.
All right, we are now on to board member comments. Hearing none, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Malaby, seconded by Pelletier to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned.